Hello, Sunday, 8 p.m, 9 p.m. Central European Time, and welcome to the weekly traditional Melfest rundown on ESC Fan TV. Yay! Crowd goes wild. Panel, come on, there we go. Hey, there we go. We're getting there. Right, okay. Over the next hour, we are going to be going through Melfest heat number 4, and also taking a look at Söngvakeppnin as well. As always, we want your comments in the chat room. We want to hear from you. Go through them. Also, don't forget, whilst you're there, like and subscribe. We like that kind of thing. And find us on Facebook, on TikTok, on Mastodon, on Twitter, X, whatever it is they're calling themselves these days. Find us, like, subscribe, join in the conversation. We love to hear from you. Now, last night, Melfest. Oh, Sean is ready to rock. Absolutely loving it. Speaking of which, I probably should introduce the panel. Good evening, Sean.
Oh, good evening, Tom. What a delightful evening it's going to be. Thank you for having me once again. You're all looking very splendid.
Behind that thin veneer of calm is a man just waiting to burst out. Also, we've got the lovely Alina. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm just happy that Sean didn't call me tired, so it's all good.
Guys, we'll leave the ageism back into last week, although to be fair, it was quite funny. Also joining us from the Netherlands, we've got Nick. Good evening, Nick.
Very pleased that you allowed me to come back. Hello.
Hey, it's great to have you. You are one of us now. We've also got the lovely Paul and Andrew. Good evening, Paul and Andrew.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening. Bonsoir.
And fresh-faced from a dirty stop-out night at Manchester Calling, it's Mick.
Good evening, everybody. Good to be here. And I think I'm not going to be the one who's going to be a doommonger tonight.
Oh, I don't know. Right, guys, we are diving straight in. Last night, Melodifestivalen Semi Final 4. 2 songs went direct to final. 4 songs missed out, although 2 get their second chance next week. Let's have a look at the losers.
Looking back on how it all started, I should have known it was stone cold hearted. You want my love, just tell me what to do. I'm done getting over you. I'm done getting over you.
There we go. There were 4 songs from last night's Melodifestivalen. We had our sadly dearly departed eliminees there, Leah Larson, and also Last Stefan. And then we also had our second chances, Scarlett, Circus X, and Albin Tindrell, done getting over you. I really want to press the Sean button early, but I feel like I need to build up the suspense. So do you know what? I'm going to Paul and Andrew first.
Oh, there we are. Hi, everyone. What are we talking about? The people that didn't get through? Yeah.
Yes. What did you think? Exactly. What were your thoughts?
Okay. Well, they did get through. I think for as far as we're concerned, the I don't know the band, Stefan's. Sort of country Schlager that Sweden loves so much, Schlager. But I don't know, you put country in it, it just doesn't really work for me. And yeah, Leah Larson, It reminded me of, it was like a bit rip off of Jedward's Lipstick. I think the same was in several times through it. It was a bit too fast as well. If you're going at 30 kilometers per hour, you don't really want to be going that fast in the song, do you? But yeah, it was all right, but deserved to get through. You go.
I have to say, Albin Tingwald, I actually thought that was a really nice ballad and surprisingly moving. I really liked that. I thought it was quite sweet. And Scarlett, I thought it was a good song, but I think the performance, which I didn't know whether it was supposed to be scary or it was supposed to be funny, and it just didn't seem to. So I think it should have been almost like more oomph with it. That was my opinion.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Were there any
So-
there that you thought that? Yeah,
I thought
obviously
that
we had-
I thought it was a much better sort of like semi-final than the ones we've had before. I think quite a lot of the songs were sort of like pleasant. There was none I really hated.
Cool.
Thought it was
And were there any
Circus
there
X
that you
ones
thought
really
should
good.
have got through direct to final instead of the others?
No, we thought the
No.
right two got through.
Right, you got through.
I did like Circus X. I thought that was really clever. I think that was going to be a big Halloween style song. I might put it on my playlist for Halloween.
Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Now, I couldn't help but notice that old Mick here was shaking his head when I was like, did the right songs go through? And you were like, the right two went through. And he's going like that. He's going, no, no, no. Right, Mick, what's your beef?
I thought Circus X and Lassis, not Boy George, Countryman. Leah Larson should have gone through, and both of them went big in the Manchester Calling Room last night,
Oh.
and everybody was most upset that Leah Larson didn't get through. Albin was just as beige as his outfit. I think it was just not good. So, but yeah, Scarlett, that to me was the winner. It was just absolutely brilliant, I thought. So yeah, something different from Sweden.
Do you think, Mick, that we've started to? I mean, we've only got one heat left,
Yeah,
and this second chance round is looking a bit rammed. But do you think Scarlett's performance potentially has secured her a final ticket when that second chance goes live next weekend?
I've been looking at what has gone through already. They stand head and shoulders above everything else, I'm afraid. So I think, yeah. But knowing the Swedes, they'll probably pick Jacqueline instead.
Well, they have got two songs. There are two songs second chance going through, so it might be.
Yeah.
It might be that, you know.
Oh, she's gone through anyway. Yeah.
Jacqueline's gone through.
Yeah. I meant Gunilla Persson, the awful cowboy one.
Ooh.
No. I reckon Scarlett may have a good chance. I tell you what, let's go to Alina. Alina, 4 songs there. What are we thinking of the general standard of songs so far this year?
Of the what?
What are we thinking of the general standard of songs so far this year?
To be honest, I'm a bit disappointed that like all of the songs, I think they can do better. I don't know if that's me being too critical because I love Melodifestivalen so much and that's like the highlight of my year every year, but I think they're all quite weak so far. Like the one I liked yesterday was Leah Larson, but then again she had like a great song. I love the show, but she had no enthusiasm or like happiness on her face, and I was like, you're just not representing the song correctly. Maybe it's the nerves, I don't know, but I was like, where's your enthusiasm, where's your happiness? And it was just not there. And the Scarlet one, I like the song, but I'm just not ready for Halloween yet. Like, are they really gonna send a Halloween act to Eurovision maybe? Like, I love Halloween. Let me do the makeup, let me change everybody and do everything. Yeah, totally. But for Eurovision? Really? Are we at that point? Yeah. Maybe you should go to Sean.
Oh no, I'm not pressing the Sean button just yet. I'm preparing myself for that one, stealing myself. In fact, look at him; he's almost ready to blow.
Yeah,
the
you
red
can see
hits the eyes-
steam out of his ears.
Exactly. I was going to say when the red hits the eyes and the steam starts coming out a little bit more, we will go to Sean. Instead, let's go to the lovely Nick. Nick, what did you reckon? Were there any songs there you would have put through instead of Dotta and Danny?
Definitely. For me, Scarlet was the one that stood out. Okay, I'm probably totally ready for Halloween because that falls around my birthday, so I'm a big Halloween boy. To be fair, it started a bit. It ended better than it began. The end was the part I was hoping for, that it would be, with all the makeup and the styling and all. It was just mwah, but the song wasn't there. But until the end, then I was like, oh phew. But that part could have been a bit more to the front of the song, I think. But I was definitely happy that it went there. Um, the beginning with the balloon, I was like, oh, there's the Rasmus 2022, and of course the It reference. I thought that was not as original and a bit of a letdown. But overall, that was the song that stood out for me in this package. In this whole show, Leah Larson also was fun, and I had some fun with Albin Tingwall. I was like, guys, if you put a guy who cannot dance on that stage and force him to do some choreography, please do not do that. It doesn't. It's not a pleasure to see. And the guy stood there like he was, doing something that wasn't. It was way out of his comfort zone. I thought, no, don't do that. Stick to what you know. Stick to what you're good at, and then it would be probably a better song as well.
Cool. Thanks, Nick.
The end.
Let's before we move on, let's just take a look at some of the comments in the chat room. Good evening to everyone, by the way. It's there. Who have we had? We've had Thomas, Dan, Tracy, Anya, Anita, Alina. Hang on 1 second. Hello, Alina. Ian, Little John, ESC Manga, all in the chat room. Thomas says Scarlet was absolutely brilliant, my winner of the evening. Dan says Leah Larson's song was a rip-off of Jedward's Lipstick. Michelle reckons there's a barrel somewhere that's being scraped. But then Michelle is doing the show on San Marino tomorrow night. Leah Larson was amazing, says ESC Manga. And Anita says that Scarlet and Circus X is the first song on Melfest that caught my attention. Amazing performance. Thomas, Mick, you are my favourite. In actual fact, I get a feeling that Mick may have bribed some people here, because here we have a Facebook user. Mick is amazing. Wow, he shouldn't comment all the time. I think it means he should comment all the time. There we go. Before we go to Sean, do you know what? I'm going to give you my views anyway. 4 songs there. The one I was genuinely disappointed that didn't go direct to final was Scarlet with Circus X. I totally agree with Nick. Yes, absolute rip-off of the start of Jezebel with the whole balloon thing. But in terms of staging, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely loved that. I thought they absolutely nailed it. And I would love to see them get that second chance ticket to the final next week. Leah Larson. Haven't we heard this all before? Is it just me? I thought we'd just heard it all before. And I know some people out there are like, she deserves second chance. But then I think that is just the type of Swedish pop that, they're kind of expected to churn out. It's the type of song that if you gave the UK public the vote on every time, they would churn it out because they think that that's exactly what Eurovision wants. But I think Eurovision is over that by now. Country, yeah, I'm over that. Justice for Ziguba. That's so 2019. And then we have Done Getting Over You. Oh, what a treat. I had to look up the lyrics, to be fair, to actually work out what he was saying. Because at one point I thought he was saying that he was 201 years old. Also, just to note, if you listened very carefully, I think most of the backing singers were doing most of the main singing, with him chipping in. Either that, or there was a backing singer trying to do a melody at one point that just wasn't quite kicking in. Yeah, but he did look like someone that my grandparents would vote for if they were still alive, which is probably why he got 12 points from the 75 plus audience. There we go. Did he deserve the second final ticket? On balance, possibly yes, but that's because I don't really know who I'd give it to otherwise. Oben is in the chat room. Let's just say good evening to Oben. Good evening, Oben. And hey, here we go. The red has just about reached fruition, I do believe. Sean, Melfest Semi Final 4. The topic is non-qualifiers. And over to you.
Oh, God, really? You know I'm the biggest Melfest fan. I love it, I love it, I love it. Usually, I went 3 times last year to 3 of the different heats, and I've been to Malmö this year. I'm not going to any more this year, and I'm just glad I didn't go to this one if I travelled all that way to this, because, oh, goodness me, it was more Mehfest, wasn't it, than Melfest, I think. I think Michelle's right with a comment earlier that there's a barrel somewhere that's been scraped, and I think they've kind of reached the bottom of it. I was really disappointed. This is probably the weakest Melfest heat I've known for years, as far back as far as I can remember, to be honest. Let's look at the eliminated songs. Leah Larson, 30 kilometers an hour. Very bouncy, almost kind of scooterish in a way. I like the clever car graphics where she was like, the camera was, you know, top down, and it was like she was jumping and driving the car on the video floor. That was pretty cool, like a video game. But it was just a bit childish for me. And I think, you know, if you look at the demographic that voted for it, got 12 points in the 3 to 9 year olds and 10 points for the 10 to 15 year olds. But it came last in the televote. It's just a bit meh, wasn't it, to be honest? The country song, Last Stefan's, not my thing. I mean, it was okay. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, it scored high with the older demographic than the younger generations, and there's absolutely a need for this kind of song in Melfest, because you've got to, if you're making a TV show, you've got to try to appeal to everybody, and this obviously, appeals to the older generation. But I can't ever see a song like this winning Melfest, and I think it's really there as a filler just for entertainment purposes, to be honest. The second chance ones. Albin Tingwall, or whatever his name is, Tinwall, Titwank. No, not Tin. Sorry. Don't Getting Over You. It was just generic and bland, and I kind of agree with what you said, Tom. He wasn't singing a lot of that, and if he was very quiet. A lot of the backing vocals were really quite evident in that, and not only that, he couldn't dance either. He just had no stage presence. The song was generic and bland. And to start off with that as the show opener, it's just like, where do we go from here? And it didn't get that much better, I don't think. I think maybe Circus X by Scarlett. At first, I've got to say, at started, I thought it was shit. But the last minute of that song, the staging and the production, the camera work and the lighting and everything, the last minute was absolutely epic, and it really, really lifted it. It deserves the final quali spot in a very, very weak Melfest heat, I'm afraid. Wait till I get to the 2 that qualified.
Hey, thanks, Sean. Let's just bring everyone up here. Oben's put, so guys, I haven't watched any Melfest. Everyone gets one pick to suggest. Which ones should I start listening to first? So, panel, I'm going to put you on the spot here. One Melfest song out of all of the songs we've heard so far, which one song would you recommend Oban listen to?
Effortless
Oh, Sean straight in, Effortless.
from
Nick?
last week.
Yeah, but then you're done because that's my winner for now. So yeah.
So Nick and Sean both say Effortless. Mick?
I would go for Scarlet Circus X this week because this was for me the best heat. The other three before that were just dire.
Okay, cool. Elena?
I would just say watch next week's Heat or the week after that. Maybe then you find a good song. I don't know. Like, to be honest, I've got them all.
Okay. Paul and Andrew? Oh, you're on mute, guys.
Experience. I can't remember the name of the song or the artist, but the one with the balaclava, pink balaclava. You really have to experience just how awful it is.
Frukensnusk.
Frukensnusk. That's it.
Frukensnusk. And the one I would recommend you listen to is Smash Into Pieces from round one, which I think was brilliant. Heroes Are Calling. And yeah, we're going to need some heroes on this as well. Speaking of heroes, the heroes of the night went to Dotta and Danny Saucedo. So, guys, let's take a listen at the songs that actually have gone direct to final in this week's Melfest.
You throw your cigarette, lay down in the bed. Tell me, how can we forget? I'm falling into pieces every time you shoot me down. Oh, it's not easy to write you a love song.
Dotter! Det betyder ju med ganska god marginal att det är Dotter.
Easy to write a love song.
And if you're just tuning in, you're watching ESC Fan TV. We are so happy that you found us. Now, we've got two Melfest Direct Finals there, Danny Saucedo and Dotta. Do you know what, Sean? I'm going straight in with your reviews. Let's go.
Well, hello. I was just busy putting comments up. Okay, then. Look, Danny Saucedo, right? It's no dandy dancer, is it? No, it's not. It was, again, mediocrity at best. The staging was boring. What was he wearing? I mean, stunning fit guy like that and the whacker tracksuit on him. I mean, come on. You know, give us some proper eye candy. Give us a bit of bang for our buck, I suppose. The staging was boring. But the thing is, it's been in my head all day. And I don't think it's for a good reason. I think it's just because it's annoying. I was disappointed. We won't be seeing him in Malmö, I don't think. Put it that way. Dotta. It's no bulletproof, is it? I could keep this up all day if you want. I mean, it's better than Little Dot. I never liked that song, but it's nothing like bulletproof.
Trouble is, Sean, I don't think you're taking into account that it's not easy to write a love song.
No, but it's very easy not to put your shoes on, apparently. Or it's very easy to ride on top of a piano like nobody cares. But anyway, no. It was performed well. She's got a good voice. She's got a good vocal. It starts off a bit weak and it builds into something quite good. But again, quite good won't get you through the gates and to win the big prize in Stockholm in a couple of weeks' time. It's not going to Malmö. It was all crap last night. I'm really sorry. I struggle to find any positives in last night's heat of Melfest. I'm very, very sorry, but I do love the competition dearly. And I think we might have something up the sleeve maybe for next week. They've got to, don't they? They've got to. It's Marcus and Martinez, isn't it? That's what it's going to be. It's going to be epic.
Oh, Sean. Do you know what? I always find it a bit sad because you're someone that loves Melfest so much. I always find it a bit sad when you're a bit down on them. We need some yin and yang here. So Paul and Andrew, Danny and Dotta, have we seen the winners of Melfest in these two?
Well, personally, I absolutely love Dotter. I think that should win. I think that should go through for Sweden. It's absolutely marvelous. I didn't like Bulletproof. To me, it was too frantic, but this one, it was sort of like quite sultry and I just loved it. And I thought, Danny, that was also a good song. It was joyful. It was fun. It had a melody to it. So that's just my opinion. Sorry.
Yeah, for me, Danny Saucedo was my favourite of last night. Sorry if you knew me, but I just thought it was up tempo, really good, sort of good energy. I just think it's just something you'd listen to when you're down, just bring you up again. Yeah, it's a shame he wasn't wearing, he was wearing an old whatever. When he's, we know that he's a good-looking man, but it's still a good song. And with Dotta, yeah, I have a theory about Dotta. I think she's trying, or lots of people are trying this, lying on the floor. Now, any vocal coach will tell you can't sing while you're sitting down or lying on the floor. Well, we know that Cornelia Jacobs can do it, and we know that Loreen can do it. Those two are exceptional. People should stop trying to emulate them. And the reason for that is because Dotta, when she did a reprise later on, I thought she sounded so much better in the reprise. And in fact, Danny did as well. So I think if you play the reprise against the first version, she sounds so much better. I didn't really like it around, but I actually kind of agree with Andrew. I think that's going to go far.
Cool. Thanks, Paul and Andrew. I think you're right. I think, that riding on the floor bit doesn't really suit it, does it? I think if you want to get your diction and things like that in.
And it seems like every national final, there's always somebody lying on the floor.
This year, it's been a lot of it,
Almost like they saw the Rings performance and was like, do you know what? What could we do to make ourselves stand out next year?
Yeah.
Let's lie on the floor. Nah, don't think it really works somehow. Elena.
Yes.
Danny Saucedo, Dotta, are one of these the winner?
I don't think so. I'm going
no
to start.
build up at all. You shot me down straight away.
Yeah, sorry.
Shot me down straight away.
Sorry. There's no Eric Sad in this year's competition. I'm sorry. I had to do it. First of all, with Dotter, if it's not easy to write you a love song, are you really in love? I think the title is so confusing. And second of all, she starts with sitting on the piano, but in a weird angle. And I thought it was creepy as fuck. And I was like, it was the first image we saw of her, and I was like, no. And the rest was quite okay, sitting and lying down on the piano and then dancing around it. I'm fine with that. The song again, it's like Sean said, mediocre. It's no bulletproof. We liked bulletproof. So if she wins, I would be disappointed. Then to Danny Saucedo, I'm a fan of his. Like, I would travel to Sweden to see him perform live, but it's like Sean said, it was disappointing. I did not like the staging. I did not like his outfit. The song was quite okay, but it was no amazing. Like, I really want those amazing days back. I think that was the highlight of his Melodifestivalen career, if I could say that. Like, it was with the light suit and the song, like, that was, if that was this year, it would go. It would go. But that's just my opinions.
No, thanks, Alina. Who shall we go to? We'll let Mick nurse his hangover a little bit longer. Let's go to Nick. What were your thoughts?
Daughter. I thought Bulletproof was so well that it was so good. Actually, I downloaded it on my phone a few years ago, and I started to use it as my wake up ringtone. So then it started like "Wake me up," and I did. So it was a brilliant start of my day. So I have really fond memories of that song and of Daughter. And this year, that put me to sleep. So it was the other way around. I didn't think it was captivating at all. It dragged on, and after 2 minutes, it was like, okay, wrap it up. I want to go to do something else and stop watching your song. It wasn't that impressive to me. Like the word mediocre has been said a few times. That was also my opinion. And Danny Saucedo, it's like, happy that you found me, happy that you like. Does he has he trouble memorizing lyrics? Because it seems like the majority of his songs go like with these one sentence choruses, like in the club, happy that you found me, happy that like, okay, a little bit subtext is, and a little bit text is also kind of nice to sing along to in the club. You don't have to be just one word in the chorus. It doesn't have to be like that. So yeah, it was something like been that, done that. I wasn't impressed at all. Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you very much. Now, before we go to Mick, as always, let's take a look at your comments. What have we got here? So, what have we got? I like this. Listen to Tom and Mick Oban. Oh. Tracy says, I think Danny did well with an average song. ESC Mango, Dotter, Heart, 100. Dan, I have to say that both Danny and Dotter did exceptionally well with mediocre songs. Their previous attempts in Melfest have been so much stronger. Both deserve a crack at Eurovision, in my opinion. Little John is waiting for Marcus and Martinez. Thomas says, it seems like SVT don't want to host again in 2025. I don't want to prod the beast, but Elena says, Sean did not love it.
Are you calling me a beast?
I think that's great. And then Anya says, I think Dotter should give Alexander Ryback a call because he knows how to write a song. I like it. Do you know what, guys? You are on form tonight. I'm absolutely loving it. Little John reckons he doesn't think that Danny will be in the club either.
That's the best comment of the night. Love that comment. Brilliant.
That's brilliant. And Alina also says, now I know what to play when I want to wake up Nick or put him to sleep. Right, okay. Mick, round this one up for us.
Well, I was looking forward to this heat because it was, as I say, I was the one that I rated the highest, really, compared to all the others. But then Sweden in the top three, go and vote for the three blandest. I mean, I love Dotter, but there she was flopping around like a dead fish on that piano in a badly knitted fishing net. I mean, oh God, not good. And Danny, the only way I'd be happy to see him, with that song, is if he was at the bottom of my bed in his wet swimming cosy. There you go.
Well, guys, what can we say? Do you know what? I think Danny and Dotter, they are great songs. Did they get through based on who they were? I don't know. We'll find out. Are they going to set the scoreboard alight in 2 weeks' time with the final? I'm going to say probably not. I think Cassiopeia, Smash Into Pieces, and Jacqueline don't have much to worry about. Just giving you an insight into my favourites. Anyway, Sean, get the decorators in. Sweden is done and dusted. And it's time to move into Söngvakeppnin. Yes, because there have been, believe it or not, 2 semi-finals. They have whittled 10 songs down to 5. Let's take a look, first of all, at the songs that haven't quite made it. There we go. Söngvakeppnin back with a bang. We heard the 5 songs that didn't quite make it through. And you know what? I'm just going to go round the panel here, and I think we're just gonna let's get all 6 of you up like this. There you go. Can see you all in your beautiful natural habitats. Guys, let's just go around the room, and I want to see what do we think of these 5. And the question is, if you had to swap out any one of the 5 finalists, what song would you swap it out for, and why? And we're going to start with Nick.
That's a hard question because I thought it was fine the way it was. I thought they made the correct choices. I don't see. I actually don't think that some of those songs in the final belong even in the final there. So it could be much shorter with 3 songs, and then it will be okay.
Oh, controversial. So we'll come back to you for what songs you would take out of the final next time. Mick, what do you reckon?
I agree with Nick, really. Generally, I think most of the ones that got through deserve to be there. There is one, if we're going to come back onto the qualifiers later, that I just positively hate, and it shouldn't have got through at all.
But who would you replace it with?
I think
that's the question.
Yeah, well, I think, to be honest, I'd probably go for the Maya, the one in the wedding dress.
Breakaway.
Yeah, Breakaway. That was the best one of the ones that didn't get through. Yeah.
Cool. Sean.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, so all in all, I think probably the right ones went through. If I were to swap one out, I'd probably go for Blanky Fleur. Whatever that was. I can't pronounce the name of the song. Yeah, that one. It translates as Love You. Don't you think it sounded a bit like BBC News a bit? The music at the BBC News, a bit. And honestly,
I hadn't thought about that before.
It listens to the BBC News countdown. It sounds a bit like that a little bit. She had a bit of a vocal shaky start, but I quite enjoyed it. One I am really disappointed in that didn't make it through was Cease Tone Row, which actually means flow. Now, I don't know if you guys know who Cease Tone is, or if any of you have seen Daddy Fryer in concert, he's a guy who he's one of his backing vocals and musicians. He plays the electric guitar and he's on stage with Daddy all the way through the concerts. But he is an artist in his own right, and he's been releasing material for quite a while now. But I'm gutted that this wasn't as good as the studio version. You could tell he was really nervous. He didn't look confident at all. Really good staging and use of the video floor. I thought that was really, really cool. But I don't think his voice wasn't strong enough for the kind of loud drum and bassy beats. And his dance moves towards the end didn't look comfortable. I think he's much more comfortable behind his guitar, to be honest. So I was really gutted about Cease Tone because I'm a fan of his. I've seen, Daddy Fryer numerous times in concert, and he's always been there, and he always, gives 100% into the show. But I think this wasn't comfortable for him. Oh, bless you, Andrew.
Sorry, me. Thank you.
Cool. So, was there a song that you'd take out, Sean?
Take out of the
Take out of the final and replace with.
I take it out of the two young lads, the Jedwardie kind of offspring, annoying offspring. Yeah, that one.
Movie scene.
Too much, movie scene. Too much pointing. It'll be interesting to see the English version next week because they normally prefer the English versions of the songs not in the final. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll be commenting on the ones that got through soon anyway, won't we?
We will be very soon. Alina, what do you reckon? Is there a song there that you'd put into the final out of those 5?
Yes, actually, I loved the Maya one. And to be honest, it was the only song I really liked out of those we are talking now. So all the rest was just a bit mediocre and on the same level for me. So if they put the Maya one in the final, I would be a happy girl.
Hey, another vote for Maya. Paul and Andrew.
For me, I would have taken 3 of the finalists out and put C in, Blanky Fleur, and also Sunny. I thought Blanky Fleur, it had this vibe of almost if Kate Bush had gone into dance music, that she would have done something like that. And I thought C was just so impressive, but it almost like when he started dancing, he just looked a bit silly on his own, and so he needed more. Could have had more dancers with him. Maybe that would have done it. But to me, those 2 songs just looked absolutely wonderful.
And for me, I liked her as well. I thought I didn't really like it the first time I watched, but then I watched back, and I realised why reminded me of, and it's again, I like making comparisons. I'm sure you've noticed. But I do think it was a very sort of theatrical, Kylie-esque. I thought it sounded like In Me ish. So it was quite nice. So that would have gone through instead of one of the others. I'll come back to that.
Awesome.
Maya, I think, is the other one.
Yeah,
started really well, really, really brilliant. She was a bit pitchy in the chorus, which is a bit of a shame because it's a really good song. There was shall I say?
Good.
The background, the LED background, if you look back, looks like a pulsing foo-foo.
Not
that I've seen many, but yeah, the LED background looked like there's a bit of a pulsing vagina in the background, which put me off.
Fair enough. Yeah, do you know what? I think I would probably put Maya in there as well. Who I'd take out? Probably I'd go for the Jedward act, like Sean has as well. But
yeah,
let's see what the 5 that got through actually sound like as well. So these are the qualifiers from Iceland. Okay, let's take a look.
förum Hera! Hera!
Við förum Hera. Því hjarta þitt veit að ég mun leiða þig.
Erin á ferðinni, á sömu bylginni, veit ég hvert skal haldið í. Ég ætla að fara í vestrið, vilt það sem ílt og spilt er besta fólkið. Og þó ég geri mjög gott mót, fara í fólk, vilt það sem ílt og spilt er besta fólkið.
Vestrið vilt og sjáfuna.
Ég er bara að taka sjansen.
Hrapandum himnaflug, leita ég þar að þér. Þú og ég, við gætum gert betur svo þeir fá að sjá það besta sem hefur sést á land.
Allan alheiminn, Sigga Ósk!
Allan alheiminn.
There we have it, the 5 songs that are through to the final of Söngvakeppnin. The Söngvakeppnin final taking place, I do believe, very, very soon. He says this is the one thing that potentially I should have actually looked up before. But do you know what? As professional as ever, it takes place on the 2nd of March. It takes place on Saturday, and you can see it there. Now, we saw 5 songs. There's an interesting mix there. Also, to note that Söngvakeppnin this year is very much standalone. The broadcaster has refused to say whether or not the winner is going to Eurovision or not, and they might choose a different song. Now, we have the favourite is Bashar, who's the Palestinian singer-songwriter who collaborated with Hatari after they did their 2019 entry, Hatred Will Prevail. He also took place in Global Vision in 2019, which was the protest against Eurovision and occurred during the same week. Also of note there is Hera Bjork. Love Hera Bjork, sorry. Yes, Je ne sais quoi, Iceland's 2010, fabulous song, as is Someday, if you've not come across that, which failed to make it to Eurovision when she tried to represent Denmark. So, against all of that background and stuff like that, let's throw you all back into the mix. Who's going to go first? Let's go for Alina. Alina, who is your favourite to win Söngvakeppnin 2024?
Oh, I'm gonna score points with you, Tom, but so far I think Hera Bjork. She just delivers the whole Eurovision vibe and Eurovision package for me. So I really, really like that one. But to be honest, I think they were gonna choose the Bashar Murat one, just because everyone is hyping that up and making it as a statement to Israel. So I would not be surprised if they pick that one. And to the other ones, I really hated those dance boots on the Sigga one, the Sigga. I'm bad with Iceland words, but come on, like really, those ice bear boots. I was like, oh, I hate it.
Did you want to throw them into the atmosphere?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to take them off, and no, oh, I hated it. So if you're gonna ask me to pick a winner, it's gonna be Hera Bjork, and I know you love that.
Oh yes. I may be slightly biased when it comes to this one. Let's go to Mick. What do we think? Winner, Söngvakeppnin. What do you think of the rest of the songs as well?
I agree with Alina. I mean, Hera is just such a professional, and she just seemed to stand head and shoulders above everybody else. So the song is pretty standard, really, to be honest. But she does it so well. I wasn't going to like the Western one. What was he? Bashir Murad. But there was an interesting beat underneath it all, and I just found that quite intriguing. And his style was very good. And I think Aline's right that probably Iceland will pick that one. Just to cock a snoot at everybody else. The one, oh dear me, those two boys, really, they've obviously eaten a shed load of blue Smarties, and we all know now. We all know now that where Occidentalis Karma's gorilla emigrated to. It was just dire, absolutely dire, and how that's in the final, I just do not know. But then Iceland are a bit like Portugal and Finland; they do their own thing, What they like is probably what we don't like, And they obviously got a big cheer, so they've obviously got fans, and so it's nice to know everybody's got a fan somewhere.
I was going to say, here's the shocker for you. Hera Bjork is actually the outsider at 8-1 on the odds I checked on Eurovision World, whereas our Jedward boys are actually third favourite.
Well, if that wins, I'm not going to Malmö.
Fair enough. I'm not going to Malmö anyway, so. But, oh well. Who should we go to now? Paul and Andrew. What are your favourites? Who's going to win?
For me, it was Hera Bjork. I thought it was head and shoulders above the rest. It was just Slager at its best. I think the only thing it was missing was a wind machine. I said that to Paul, and then suddenly it appeared, and she was blowing her hair about. So it was just like a retro sort of like entry. All the boys got in. I just cannot. That is absolutely awful. Sorry.
Yeah, don't apologise. Everybody thinks the same so far. Yeah, I thought Hera Bjork. Yeah. Oh, what do you say about it? It's old Schlager pop. Right up our street. We love it. It's not going to do anything if it gets to Eurovision, though, is it? Let's face it. But it deserves to be there because we all love it.
I just hope she doesn't say anything about the Swedes like she did when she was in Eurovision last time.
The Edward boys, whatever their names are. What on earth is going on? Honestly, you've got the gorilla, the spaceman, and the
Super Mario's
princess, or no, the Zelda's Princess P. What the hell? What the fuck is all that about? Unless they're taking the piss out of previous entries, but I can't think where we had a Princess P in a pink dress. Maybe someone can. I think you're probably right, Aline. I think Basha may win because of what's going on.
But we didn't know why the Cowboys were in. What were the Cowboys doing there?
Yeah.
But I did like the fact
translates as Wild
all the
West.
songs were in Icelandic. I thought that was really cool.
Basha's song translates as Wild West, which might be a clue as to why the
okay.
Cowboys are there.
Yeah, but it wasn't a Cowboy song. It wasn't But anyway, that's what we think.
There we go. Thank you, Paul and Andrew. I can't leave Sean till last again. Let's bring.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Who's going to win this one, mate?
You know what? I don't know. The end. No. So just to point out, Paul Andrews says they like that all the songs are in Icelandic. That is usually the case for the semis in Iceland. They're always in Icelandic,
right? Okay.
And when it comes to the grand final, they're usually in an alter. Well, some maybe in Icelandic, but it's usually an English translation, and it's obviously for a wider appeal. Look, Hera Bjork. I mean, it's no je ne sais quoi, is it? But it's lovely to see her back, and I love the opening shot because they kind of address her iconic status as a diva, and she's just a lovely person. If you ever meet her, she's so nice. She's very warm, friendly. That comes across on stage when she performed as well. And the monologues that she says between songs, it's just she's just fantastic. I really like it. It's a really strong song. Great to see her back. It's a good pop slogger song, and I can't wait to see the English performance performed next week. I thought Basha, the Wild West song, I love the funky bass beats in this. I thought the dancers really added to the performance. It was really enjoyable. It could win, let's face it, because of what's going on. My favourite, actually, is the wild card one that they gave to Sigra Osk. My favourite of the night last night. Sorry, the dogs are kicking off again.
Say, I'm watching them.
Get them their own show. So yeah, again, I can't wait to see the English version of that Into the Atmosphere being performed next week, which will give it a broader appeal, but it was a proper early noughties dance pop vibes. It's actually going on my playlist, definitely. The Jedward thing, oh, the boy band, the group, the whatever they are, that thing. I can see the appeal. I really can see the appeal. The Icelandic version that you heard last night sort of name checks some Icelandic. Oh shit! Hang on, one sec.
One second, guys.
So yeah, so the Icelandic version that you.
Even the dogs don't like the.
They don't. Do they?
boys.
I'm trying to say the Icelandic version of the song that you heard last night name checks a few Icelandic actors in it. Now, the English version actually name checks some globally known actors in it. For example, Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell, and they've got links to Iceland because Adam Sandler was in a brilliant film called The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. If you've never seen it, go and watch it. It is brilliant. It's hilarious. And of course, Will Ferrell in the Eurovision movie as well. So again, they're trying to link it into a Eurovision theme there with the English version of the song. So we'll see what that turns out like next week, I suppose. But also, special mention to Anita. Cool fab staging. I love the boxes of the silhouettes at the start. She started getting a little bit breathless towards the end. But all in all, great vocal, great performance. And I think those 5 songs are all better than everything that was in Melfest this week.
Hey, thanks very much, Sean. Which must mean it leaves us to Nick to round things off.
To round things off in Iceland, why, if you have 10 songs, why just not, perform, take one night, just a final, to get it over with? Why should you put the public through those Jetwood boys again? That's too much to ask, I think. Then again, I could never get enough of Hera Björk. It was in terms of craftsmanship and vocal ability, it was like up there where the rest was like, the rest was just a singing competition, and she was the professional of the evening. You could see that in everything. There was one shot of Hera Björk which I thought was a bit strange. It was right before into the instrumental part, when she goes up to the stairs, when she goes taking a turn. It was like looking at a hologram or something like that. I don't know if you noticed that too, or maybe it was just my TV and I have to replace it. I don't know, but to me it was a bit strange to see. But I love her. The song. Who cares about the song? It's Hera Björk. She for me, she was the one to beat tonight. She can go to Malmö if I'm concerned. And if by any chance a Palestinian guy is going to win, respect. But it's not about the song then, I think. And I think that's a trend we should not go in every year. But that's my opinion. It's like, you should go take the best song and take it to Eurovision.
Hey, thanks, Nick. Just as a quick show of hands, guys, because I just want a poll on this one. Hands up if you think Bashar should win Söngvakeppnin. Hands up for Anita. Hands up for Veeb or Jedwood-esque people. Hands up for Sigga Osk. And hands up for Hera Bjork. Well, guys, I've got a feeling we're going to be out of touch with the whole of Iceland. But do you know what? That's part of the fun anyway, isn't it? So, guys, that is Iceland done. Icelandic final, obviously, is on the 2nd of March. You'll be able to watch that online if you go via any website. We like Eurovision World here. They have all the links on there. So you can find them there. They're freely available. Now, you may be thinking, tonight has only been one show. You know, we've been giving Michelle and Phil an easy time, but don't worry. What does the end of the month mean? It means ESC Fan TV bonus time. And at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central European time, ESC Fan TV will be back. Yes, Phil and Michelle will be live, taking you through, I do believe, a bit of San Marino. I would have asked Michelle, but every time I put her on the spot about these things, she just goes, I don't know. So I just thought, you know what? You're my favourite anyway. So I'll just let her get on with it. But yeah, tomorrow night, same time, same place, online. Come and join us in reviewing some more Eurovision national finals. In the meantime, don't forget, continue the conversation. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and so on and so forth. And before we go, I'd like to say a big thank you to my panel. Where should we go to? Big thanks to Nick.
Thank you.
Big thanks to Elena.
Thank you, and see you tomorrow.
Hey, big thanks to Mick.
Thank you. Yes, it's been good. And let's hope Melfest next week is much improved. And I'll be off to catch up the last of Dora.
Hey, big thanks to Paul and Andrew.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having us.
And this time next week, we would have heard the UK.
This is very true. It's exciting times. And big thanks, as always,
And the Netherlands.
to Sean.
And the Netherlands.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Also, just to remind people as well as we've got Croatia tomorrow night as well.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Is it San Marino and Croatia, Sean?
It is, I believe so, yeah.
There we go. San Marino and Croatia tomorrow night from 8 p.m. That's 9 p.m. Central European time. I suppose the biggest thank you to all of you is basically thank you to all of you in the chat. To Phil, to Anita, to Anya, to Little John, to Tracy, to Dan, to Thomas, to ESC Manga, to Oban, to everyone who has contributed in the chat. It has been fantastic to hear from you this evening, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you either. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we will see you all later on. Bye bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.